Parent access is a really powerful feature in Showbie, which will, as you might guess, let your parents access student learning. We can also really customize how this works and what they have access to on a class-by-class basis. So in the class settings at the top here, we can enable or disable parent access. It might be you've got some classes where you don't need parents to be in there. Maybe it's just for clubs and groups and stuff. But the main class, perhaps you might want them in. It's your choice. But actually at the moment it's almost irrelevant because I've got no parents that are connected to my students. So let's have a look at how we do that first. I'm going to open up my sidebar and go onto students, and here I'm going to pick a student. Let's go for Diego. Now when I go onto Diego's settings here, you can see parents as an option. And when I tap onto there are currently no parents connected. But there is the option there to invite parents, and there's a special code there that a parent could use to join. And that's great on a case-by-case basis, but can you imagine how long that would take to do a whole class? Yeah, there's definitely a better way, I promise. Back onto my sidebar. I'm going to tap onto my profile in the bottom left-hand corner, and from here there's an invite parents link on my profile. And this is a much quicker way to invite all of your parents in one go. So we'll tap onto invite parents, and then we're going to choose to send multiple invites. And what this will do is it will actually generate a separate letter for every student with a personal code on for each parent. So I'm going to choose the class that I'm working with, and I'm going to press select all here to select all of the children in my class. And then I can simply tap on to make invites at the bottom. Yep, it really is that simple. And Showbie is now going to create one large PDF document for me with a page for every single student. And just like that, it's done. At this point, I'm going to save that into my Files app on my iPad, but you can save it to wherever you like on whatever platform you're using this on. I'm also then going to tap on to view the handout to have a look at what we've made. And here you're going to see all of those individual letters that I mentioned earlier as one document ready for printing. But what's great here is that for every single student, there's a separate personalised letter with a personalised join code for each parent. And as well as saving tons of time creating the letters, we've also managed to save loads of time supporting parents because on each letter is a step-by-step guide to joining as a parent. At this point, the letters have gone home and the parents have followed the instructions on there and they've now created their own parent account. And you might be thinking, well, what does that mean, Jacob? What is a parent account? And well, it's very similar to a student account, but they can't interact with anything. They can see things that you've let them see, but they can't write messages for you. They can't add feedback. They can't mark pieces of learning. It's very much a read-only experience. But that makes it a brilliant experience for keeping track of their children's learning by seeing what's happening on the Showbie platform. No more conversations in the car home of what did you do today and the answer being nothing, because your parents can actually see in real time what's happening. And we've also found that it's great for accountability, putting homework reminders on there, letters that need to be returned that are in your pupils' bags, all those sort of things. It enables that really good, clear communication to parents. We can also double check which students have got parents connected, in case I haven't managed to do it yet. I'm going to go back to my pupil list and tap onto Elliot. And now when I go onto parents, you can see one is connected. That's perfect, that means it's worked for Elliot. And just like that, we've now made that connection between the school and the home. More than one parent can join per pupil, so you can have multiple parents, grandparents, carers, whoever you need. And it's also lovely because if you've got a parent who's got multiple children in the school, they're going to see all of their children in their one parent account. They haven't got to log out then log back in to see different children. And they can see all of that feedback we're sharing with our learners, they can share the journey our pupils are going on, they can even listen to voice notes that we leave to our students. It's such a powerful way to access Showbie and to share that pupil learning of all of the different communities that we engage with. And speaking of communities, if you're using the community feature, you can invite those parents into announcement-only channels where you can share the latest updates, you can share photos, important news, all of those sort of things safely on Showbie.